Hello all. In this session we'll discuss thread using executor framework. Now we had already discussed how to create threads. There are two ways of creating the threads that we had already discussed. Now in this case there is one executor framework available provided by Java using which we can manage running the threads. So let us see the steps to create the thread using executor framework, or we can run the thread using executor framework. So the first step in that is to create a task that is to execute. That means what we do in creating the thread, that means we write the method, that is run method, in which we write the logic for the thread. So that is to be created first. Then we need to create the executor pool for using executors. Next step is to pass the task to the executor pool. That means the task which is created in step 1 is to be passed to this executor pool which is created in step 2. Then later on, after the executor pool executes all the tasks, we need to shut down the executor pool. So these are the four steps to run the thread using executor framework. Let's see the example. So we are creating a task. So class task implements runnable. So our step 1 was to create a task. And for creating a task, we create a class which implements runnable interface. And as we all know that when we implement interface that is runnable, we need to override the method of this runnable interface, and that is what is our run method. So public void run, which is overridden, in which we need to write our logic for the task. So we had written the logic in which we are writing for loop which runs from 1 to 5, and in which we are printing the name along with the task number, that is the value of I. Now the name which we are getting is we are getting it into the constructor, as we have property name, and to the constructor of this class what we are doing is we are passing one string value, and that string value is assigned to the name, and that name will be printed in our run method. So this is what is our task. We have created our task. Now we have made our task. This task cannot be used until unless we make the objects. So for that we are making another class, public class executor thread demo, in which we write the public static void main. Inside public static void main we are making the object of this task class. So as you can see, new task, and we are passing the string argument task1. So new task object is created, and that is assigned to the reference of runnable interface, which is we are knowing we can create reference of the interface, and we can assign the object of the class in which that interface is implemented. So over here task class implements runnable, and the object of this task class is assigned to the reference of this runnable interface. So runnable r1 equals to new task. Same way we create in all total 5 tasks, r2, r3, r4, r5. So our task is created. So the job of the task is, that means the step 1 is done. Now step 2, we need to create the executor pool. Now for that we need to make executor service, the reference of it, that is pool, equals to executors dot new fixed thread pool. This new fixed thread pool method is the static method of executors class, which requires one integer argument. This is the size of the pool. So we provide the size of the pool in which the threads will be created. So we'll be passing our threads to this particular pool, and that pool is referenced by the reference name pool. Now to use this executor service and executors class, we require one package. The name of that package is java.util.concurrent package. Now this concurrent package contains this executor class and executors. Now we are adding our task, that is R1, R2, R3, R4 to this particular pool. So how to add it? Pool.execute R1, pool.execute R2, pool.execute R3. Now you will be surprised, we are having in all 5 tasks and we have added 3. 2 more are left. Let us add them. So pool.execute R4 and pool.execute R5. That means indirectly these runnable references are nothing but our 5 threads. So this R1 to R5 are our 5 threads which are getting executed by our pool. And this pool executes this thread, but over here it executes in a proper way. How? We have provided the size of the pool, that means 3. So at a time, out of this 5, only first 3 would be executing. So when this execute method will start, it will add R1 to the pool. When R2 to the pool, R3 to the pool, now the pool is full because the size of the pool is 3. So once the pool is full, R4 and R5 will wait for the pool to release the resource. So once all these 3 would be completed, R4 and R5 tasks will be starting. Once all these tasks are executed, we need to close the pool. So pool.shutdown. Let's see the output so that you will be more clear. So when you have made an object of this class, new task 1, it will call the constructor in which the string s is passed, that is task 1, it will be assigned to the name. Same way for R1 to R5. Now when we created the pool.execute R1 takes place. At that time R1 task goes into the pool and it will start executing run method. So when this run method would be started, it will start the for loop and it will print the name. So that is task 1, task number I, so I is 1, so 1. And in parallel, all 3 would be started. That means next time R2 is added after this. So third thread will be started. Main is executing. R1 is second thread. R2, the third thread, will be starting. So at that time, again, this will take place. And in the meanwhile, we had put the delay of 1000 milliseconds. So all the 3 tasks will be waiting for 1 second and will be executing. So you can see the 3 tasks are in the pool. We can see fourth task is added but not started until and unless the pool frees up the resource. That means any of this task is completed, pool will allow the next to enter. So as you can see, task 2 completes, task 1 completes. So immediately task 4 is entered into the pool and then task 3 also completes. Then task 5 is entered into the pool. And now 4 are running. Then task 4 completes and task 5 completes. Now in this, if I change the thread pool to be size 2, so first R1 and R2 would be running. Once out of these 2 any is completed, R3 is added. Then it goes on when the pool becomes free. So when pool becomes free, new task can be added. So this is the benefit of executing thread using the thread pool. So this thread pool is the concept belonging to the package, that is util.concurrent package. So this is how you can make the thread and run the thread using executor framework. That's it. Thank you.